Since when does the words of Colin Kaepernick become as equal to the words of a president or equal to the words of some god? That the Nike Corporation would all of a sudden negate making $2,500 a pair of shoes because it had the Betsy Ross flag on it, a symbol of American history. Betsy Ross, a Caucasian lady, made the flag with 13 stars on it back in 1777. And, I didn't know much about this. That's a part of our history. But the reason why this is happening now is because the false prophet media and the Democrats want to bring Colin Kaepernick back into the news to pull on and tug at the emotions of black people, because we are emotional when it comes to racism. And when we talk about our history and slavery, and they want to do this because 2020 is coming up, right? So you bring in a half black, light-skinned black guy who is not a politician, who was a okay football player, and he all of a sudden says he doesn't want the shoe out, and Nike does a whole 180 and turn from celebrating the shoe because it had an American, a historic flag on it. This is insane. I'm gonna tell you what, I really think that this was a setup, and I think it was pre-arranged and planned because they want Colin back in the news. See, because they did that secret door lawsuit. He was trying to sue for something like 100 million or something like that. I think he only got something like about 10 million because the lawsuit wasn't even that strong. They gave him money to just hush it up. All right. But these people hate the country. These people hate this country. President Obama, when he came in, he said that he's going to fundamentally change America. This change was going to be that to remove the patriotic spirit that we have and the appreciation that we have for this country and the sovereignty from this country. That is by stripping the country from all of its constitutions, those laws, get rid of those. Remove the First Amendment right. Remove the Second. Remove all of the constitutional rights that we have. Open up the borders, flood the country with illegals, and make the place just chaotic. Bringing these people that will make the country lawless, thus bringing chaos into the country, no jobs. You send all the jobs into other places that you have no job. You would have no job. You'd have a broken economy. You would have illegals running wild everywhere, the laws being broken, people being thirsty, afraid, and desperate. It will be chaos, right? So then now you bring in your new world order. You bring in a new world order, and you bring order out of chaos. You bring order out of chaos, and this was the whole plan. But these people, they hate America. And when Obama became the president, he began to tour to all of the Islamic countries and begin to bow down to them and apologize for America's history, for America's greatness, and for America's wealth. And so Colin Kaepernick started dating this Muslim girl from some of my friends that I used to play for the 49ers and I played for the Raiders. But I still have some friends who's working in the office over there at the 49ers. He started dating a girl who's a Muslim, and he started making these changes. And this is when he started taking the knee, right? Because he was listening to these American-hating people telling him about the history of our flag and what all it meant. Well, we celebrate our flag because it represents our country. This is the country that we live in. All of you people that hate America so much, why don't you just leave it? Instead of causing chaos and creating problems and issues in the country, go to another country. But let me tell you something. The problem about that is that when you get there, you're still going to be there. And you are the problem. Okay? You're the problem, not the country. Because the country has been trying to heal and move past the past. But we can't as long as we have people like you who hate the country, who want to destroy it, who hate the fact that we're celebrating our flag. And listen, there's a guy named George Soros. Google him. Well, don't Google him, because Google is so political. They're scrubbing everything. They can make a demon look like an angel, right? So that they'll scrub all of the bad stuff on all of the Democrats and everybody that's in this world order, and then they'll just put good history on it. But Google only says this about George Soros, that he's a Hungarian, and he's a billionaire philanthropist. They don't tell you about this man's history of going around the world destroying countries. And that's what he does. He floods them with illegals and with immigrants. And those immigrants come in and create chaos, like what's happening in Germany, like what's happening in Europe. And they, harm the citizens. They break the economy by having children and needing medical insurance. All the stuff that's happening right now. All the stuff that California is doing. Democrat states, California, Chicago. All these states that are run by Democrats are being destroyed because of their policies, and that's what they want. They don't want those states to succeed. They want them to come to chaos so that they can make the people submit to what their order is. Let me ask you a question. Has there been a vote among the citizens when they started talking about how that they wanted these illegals to come in, and how we wanted to give them, how they wanted to give them medical insurance and free medical? Have they talked to you, any American citizens? Have they asked you, is this your will? They haven't. This is what they did. They dropped on you the mind game. They brought the game to you. They told you that it's immoral not to take care of these people. And so it's immoral. That's how they played. They tried to implant. They psychologically implanted that into your mind to make you say, you're right. I never asked for this, but it's right for the people to come over here. Listen, they're playing a mind game, right? I was telling a friend of mine, I said, listen, you want to be godly, right? Well, then you follow the Bible's plan. You follow the 10 Commandments. You believe in Jesus Christ, you're going to be good, right? Right? But to open up your house where your children are and your wife, and to bring people in that you don't know and have them eat your food and sleep in your bed and drive your car while you and your kids sleep out on the outside, you think God is pleased with that? Don't be a stupid fool. And that's exactly what these Democrats are doing by bringing these illegals in here. And we have American citizens sleeping out on the street and dying in record numbers in LA right now. The same state that's taking care of illegals, giving them health care, we have people dying in the streets. And that's immoral. But they never asked us. They never asked the American people, is this your will? Do you want this? Or should we take your taxpaying dollars and use it for you as citizens? Do you know that in old folks' homes or in hospitals today, that they send these elderly people home to die because they run out of insurance? They send them home to die. The insurance is not paying no more, so they send them home. Our elderly who paid taxes all of those years, and now that they're in their golden years, the insurance runs out and the hospital send them home to die. But we are so moral and we're so godly and we love God and we're so Christian. It's not Christian. It's foolishness and it's the doctrine of devils. But we're going to go out and get people who do not belong in this country, and we're going to take care of them, and we're going to give them the health insurance. See? No. They're doing that because they want these people to vote for them, but they're going to be in for a big surprise, because what I'm hearing out here in Arizona from these people, and a lot of them I'm talking to are illegal, they said if they got a chance to vote, they're going to vote for Trump. That's right. So they're going to be in for a big surprise. They're in for a rude awakening. But at the same time, they're making our country unsafe by letting unvetted people into this country. We don't know who these people are. We don't know what diseases they have: smallpox, chickenpox, tuberculosis. These people are coming over here, and many of them are dying at the border from some of those very diseases, from fevers and all that stuff. And when they die, you have that crazy girl, AOC. That woman is, you have her, she'll go out there and cry at the border because one of the kids died. When all this stuff was happening under Obama, we didn't ask these people to come here. Our president told them, do not come here. We're out of room. Our country, we don't have room for you. They came anyway. So it's a come at your own risk. We didn't ask for this stuff. But see, George Soros, this guy is a real demon. And he's the one behind this Kaepernick thing. See, because when America is starting to show appreciation for the flag. And that's, you know what that is? That's patriotism. Well, these people in Obama and them and George Soros and these Democrats, they don't want you to celebrate the country. They don't want you to appreciate the country. When Obama was in office, did he light the White House up on the 4th of July in red, white, and blue? No. The month prior to that, in June, he lit it up in rainbow colors to celebrate the gay movement. And these people, these homosexuals, when they came out just recently, last month in June, they had the gay pride flags everywhere. Gay pride, the flags. They even asked to have the gay flag fly along with the American flag. Do you understand the gall that it takes to do that? You feel that you're that high to ask that your flag stand along and fly alongside the American flag? But you didn't hear anything from Colin Kaepernick then, did you? Did George Soros, did Nike, did any of these corporations stand up and say, hey, we don't want these pride flags everywhere? But when somebody starts to celebrate the sovereignty of the country and the flag, it's a problem because these people hate America. They hate this country. And I'm going to tell you something right now. If y'all give the Democrats any political power at this juncture, at this time, even after you've seen that they're giving away your money to illegals, you're going to get what you're asking for. These people are coming with it. We've been talking about the last days for a long time. You give these people this platform, you watch and see what happens to this country. It's not going to be our country. President Obama, when he got in, he said he's going to fundamentally change America. And that fundamental change is that the America that you grew up in and the America that I grew up in when we were kids, our kids will not know and their kids will not know. It's going to be a mess. It's going to be chaos. It's going to be a free-for-all. And then you won't be able to protect yourself because they're going to take away your guns, just like they did in Europe. Those people can't protect themselves. People run around getting stabbed and cut up and all this stuff, and they can't protect. And they gave the women whistles. If the guy come and try to take your body from you, you just blow the whistle. Well, I'd rather pull the trigger and handle it that way. I'd rather the woman that I love protect herself if one of these goons come after her. Yeah. I played basketball against a dude named Chris Jackson. And he was a very devout Christian in high school. He wasn't having sex in high school. He was always practicing. Well, he became a great NBA star. And then he became a Muslim. And he became a hater of the American flag. Well, when he was playing for the Denver Nuggets, when they would salute the flag and sing our national anthem, he would turn his back away from the flag and do his little Muslim prayer. And that's what pretty much got him kicked out of the league. What I'm saying is a lot of these people, Muslims, and as you see with Iran, death to America. Death to America. Death to America. That's what they want. And this is why you can see why we wanted Donald Trump to get in office, to save our country. from these American hating people. They're not going to leave the country because they want chaos to exist here so that they can bring their order in. Let me know what you think about this. I know I was all over the place. I know I was everywhere. But I'm telling you, the heart of all of this stuff, it was a setup to bring Colin Kaepernick back into the news so that they can pull and tug on the emotions of black people. They want to get black people all worked up because the elections are coming up. And then they're going to start showing reruns of Roots. And they're going to show reruns of the dogs. The dogs attacking people as they was marching. Those were Democrats. Those were Democrats. The KKK, all that stuff. The police attacking people. That's Democrat stuff. That wasn't Republicans. The KKK was started by the Democrat Party. Well, hey, go ahead, please. Leave me your comment. Leave me your thoughts on this stuff with the flag and the shoes and Nike and Colin Kaepernick. Appreciate you. Like, share, and subscribe. God bless.